Well, I was driving to work this morning and started getting a misfire. Couldn't tell what the hell was wrong. I clearly broke a rocker arm. Wow, that sucks. So now I gotta get somebody to bring me a rocker arm. Alright, I scored me a junk. Might as well say junk for now, unless I can get it fixed. T5 transmission. I've never dealt with one really. It's pretty rusted up, pretty corroded. It wouldn't even turn over whenever I first got it. And I soaked it for about, I don't know, about 48 hours. WD-40, brake fluid, transmission fluid, you name it. Filled the case up, let it sit. Took a pipe wrench, finally got it to break free with a pipe wrench and a small 3-pound sledgehammer. Got it broke loose. I just got the bearing retainer. Off and the input shaft, and everything's just corroded and nasty. So I'm gonna try to get this thing apart, soak it, and then blast it all with some probably corn maze and the air blaster. Excuse me. And see what exactly was wrong with this thing. It's been sitting outside for about 3 years, the guy told me, but he gave it to me, so we'll see if I can get this thing fixed. It is a T5 World Class. I'm trying to look for the tag. Oh crap, I don't even see the tag. Oh, it was on the tail shaft, which I already pulled off also the other day. I ran the numbers and it's the identical numbers that is in my 87 here. So should be a pretty good little transmission if I can figure out what the problem was. He didn't know what the problem was. It was already in his backyard when he moved there, so he just wanted it out of his yard, and I said, no problemo. So I took it, and trying to get this thing where it'll finally got it, but we'll see. Alright, I got the rear taken apart. Came home, took me about an hour to do it. Everything's sitting there. I gotta get that pinion bearing pressed off. I gotta take it and get it pressed off. That's gonna charge me about $60 last time I had it done. I need the shim that's behind it and see if that's gonna be the correct shim. I have a bearing that I opened up on the inside a little bit to just slip over the new pinion until I get my pattern right on my ring gear. And then once I know the pattern is right and I know what size I need as far as shims in and out on the pinion and then left and right on the carrier, then I'll get a new bearing pressed onto the new pinion. And then I got a new crush sleeve also, or crush washer, which should be in here. Those are the 410 gears in that box. Let's see. Oh man, I'm tired. I just got done with a 10-hour shift, came home and knocked this out really quick, hoping I can, I figured if I didn't get this done before Thanksgiving, Thursday, I won't be able to go anywhere and get this pinion pressed off. I think I got some friends that's got a bearing press, but I'm not trying to bother them on Thanksgiving week and weekend, you know what I mean? Brand new crush sleeve, so that should work. And then that's the ring and pinion. And there, Jags has them on sale right now, so I went ahead and grabbed one. And I'm trying to get everything ready for test and tune next weekend, and then I'm gonna try to enter the bracket race on Saturday also. Never did any bracket racing, but I'm curious to see what the gears do for it, and go from there. I'm also going to take the carburetor spacer with me. Oh man, my back. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to also take the carburetor spacer with me. I'm trying to be quiet because everybody's sleeping inside. I'm going to take the carburetor spacer with me, which I have right there. And then bolt it on at the track like that. Boom. And then we'll see. Y'all saw my clip earlier today when I got to work this morning. On the way to work, the rocker arm broke. I didn't know what it was at first. I got to work, pulled the valve cover on my brake, and saw that the rocker arm had broke. So I'm gonna have to get some better rocker arms. I looked up the information on these Edelbrock Performer RPM springs, and they've got 420 pounds of seat pressure open, and these rocker arms are just a cheap Proforms, and they say that it's rated up to 400, I believe is what it said. So I probably need to get something a little beefier if I'm going to be daily driving this thing and taking it to the track a couple times a year. So time to upgrade. Alright. Oh, I better not let the wife see that. I'll get in big trouble. Close this so she can't even hear me. Alright, so I got the carrier out. I'm getting ready to put the 410 ring gear on. And took the spider gears out. And I wanted to go with my mini spool, right? And I got to looking, just test fit, and I pulled the axle completely out. And I got to looking at how, let's see if I can keep it still. See, it's just got like a little bit of, I don't know, I just don't care for that. And then a stock gear. Let's see here. It's got a little bit of movement also, but I don't know. It's about the same. Yeah, I guess that's about the same. Okay. There for a minute, I was like, man, I don't know about this. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, I guess there has to be some tolerance there. Production tolerance, you know, I guess. But, okay, never mind. On with the game. Alright, I'm underneath here trying to get this thing back together. I'm going to test fit the 410 pinion with a bearing that I use for testing. That just slips on it. Once I get the right depth on the pinion and everything, then I'll get the actual bearing I'm going to use pressed on. And we'll go from there. Really not feeling like this. I've been just dragging the past couple of days. Really just miss my mom, you know, but I can hear her in the back of my head whenever I don't feel like doing something. I can hear just like she used to wake me up for school. Get your butt up, boy, let's go. You can't go by your feelings. Get dressed, let's go. And that's what I keep telling myself. So, and it helps, you know. And the same with my dad. I was talking to my dad earlier and telling him, he said, well, you just got to keep moving forward. It's part of life, you know. It sucks, but what can you do? You can moan and groan about it all day you want. Nothing's going to change. The only thing that's going to change is you'll get lazier and get nothing done. So keep moving. All right. Got the headlight on. Got the sunshine out on that bad boy. I might need some sunglasses for that. All right. So what I got going on here. All right. I got the existing shims that I had. The carrier shims. that I had in the carrier factory that I took out with 373s. So now this is with the factory carrier shims. Let's see. That's a lot. What is that? What is that? That's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's like 24, 25 thousandths backlash. Way too much. So, I'm going to have to order some shims. I'm going to have to order some shims and bring it towards the pinion a little bit. I don't know if there's a method of X amount of thousandths over gives you X amount of backlash. I need to look it up. We'll figure it out. And I'm about to put the stuff on there to see what the, well, that's probably not even going to give me a good pattern. I was going to see if I'm too much on the toe or too much on the heel of the ring gear with the pattern that it's leaving. But I don't think with that much backlash, I don't think the gear is enough in on the ring gear to really tell me. So I gotta just have to wait to get the backlash correct first, and then check from there. So we'll see. All right, so I ended up getting some spacers from my father-in-law that had a bunch of 7.5-inch GM spacers. Apparently they're the same. And as you see, I got them in there, spaced it out. It ended up being about 6 thousandths, 7 thousandths. So I got the pinion locked down, and I've got my dial indicator. Trying to get this. Got my dial indicator, magnetic base. Well, that's not mine. It's my friend's that I borrowed. And I've got it right there, right? See if we can get this. So it's about 3.5 thousandths. So that's like a half. So 11.5 to 11, 12, 13.5 roughly. So let's see here. So 10.5, 10.5, 11.5, 12.5, 13.5. Yeah, so we're good. I'm gonna go with that. This is a brand new gear. So wait, I'm sorry. So 11.5. Let's see. Yeah, 11.5, 11.5, 12.5, 13.5. So it's like 2 thousandths, a little more than 2 thousandths. I might be a little on the tight side. I wonder how much this gear will break in. I'm gonna have to do some research and see. Okay, as far as the pattern, it's about halfway down on the drive side. So it's about, you know, even if I turn, let's see here. Let me turn this. See, it's going about almost all the way. So really about halfway. I'm gonna have to do some research on that too. I think you want it to sweep all the way or a little bit further, if I'm not mistaken. See it sweeping. And I'm keeping pressure on this, on the ring gear, while I'm turning this, so it's keeping pressure on the drive side. I haven't did the coast side yet, so I'm about to find out about the coast side in a minute, but I want to say that's, I mean, it's coming to like right there. So I believe they call this the toe and that the heel, or vice versa. I gotta look it up. I was reading up on it some. Oh, I got a piece of damn styrofoam in there. I want to say that's a good pattern, but I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's go back to the part that I put. I think that pinion needs to come back more, just a tad. I think. All right, so I felt like the backlash was a little too tight. It was about 3 thousandths. So, and the pattern, as you see, that's the old pattern. I haven't checked the pattern yet again. But it was a little bit too much out on the pinion. The pinion was like too much in. So I took the pinion out like towards the transmission. Which I was sitting here thinking, I was like, well, looking at this, it needs to come back more. But you think that's flipped the other way, leaving that mark. So really, the pinion needs to go out more, not in. If you bring it in more, it's going to push that in. So, anyways, backlash, I got the pinion locked and wedged right there. So, and this is my backlash now. We got about 15. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 thousandths. 6.5 thousandths. So we're good. I think that's gonna be good. Okay. Now let's check the pattern. Okay, that's the pattern now. And I'll put a picture up of the pattern, what it was before. That looks good to me. It could be a little bit further back, you know, on the tooth, but that's pretty damn center. I'm gonna ride with that. Now let's check the back, the coast side. Okay, and there's your coast side. I'm good with that. And that was the old pattern. I mean, it's meshed to the new one, but it's kind of smeared. This is the new pattern. That's the drive pattern right there. Pretty good for a garage job. And then there's your coast side. So we're good. Let's ride with it. All right, I got everything assembled, right? I'm about to put Loctite on the pin bolt, whatever you want to call this. Jackson, what? Look in that box right there, yeah, and get me. It's a small little red tube. It looks like Loctite.
I found it.
No, that's sandpaper.
I found it.
No, it's a red tube.
What?
It looks like toothpaste.
I found it. This?
Yes, sir. Oh. Loctite.
Loctite.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. You helped Daddy? You got grease on your hands yet? You sure do. I was getting irritated a minute ago. He came out here and he was like, here, have a Cheeto. Cheetos. Baked Cheetos, too. They're good.
Yeah,
Try them out, y'all.
And they...
All right. I had to end up taking off a little bit of material all the way down this pin.
Hey, Daddy.
Just a slight bit so it can clear the ring gear as I push it in.
Daddy.
So,
Daddy.
mini spool is in. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let's take that back. Put Loctite on there. Put it together. Try to get my thing on tonight. Let it dry, and then I'll fill it up tomorrow. drive, right, Jack? First drive in the LX is the 410 and the mini spool swap. No noise in the rear, everything's good. Definitely, the mini spool, definitely you can tell it makes it all stiff when you turn. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I hate to put any more money in the 7.5 inch rear end, so I might just have to live with it for now. It's not terrible, but it's definitely different. So I think it'd be alright. It's just gonna wear that inside tire out more, you know, faster. But should be fine. RPMs are definitely turns a little more, about 500 more RPMs. Before I was about 1500 at 60. Now I'm about 2000 at 60. So not too bad. Well, everything was good. Only problem I got is the pinion seal is leaking. So I gotta take it back out. Damn it. Alright. Out with the old and with the new. This thing was pretty crusty. So I don't know why the heck I didn't change that to begin with. Anyways, got it in. About to add the rest of the sorry y'all, got it in. I'm about to add the rest of the fluid differential gear oil that I lost, which is only about a cup, and then should be good. Then I'll take it off jack stands in the morning and go test drive it, and fingers crossed no more leaks. I'm gonna have to buy some brake cleaner or some degreaser or something, because that crap got everywhere back there. So if it is leaking, I probably won't be able to tell unless I see a drip. So I'm gonna end this video here. Next video should be test and tune Friday night. My job's gonna let me come in. I normally work second shift, like 2 in the afternoon to like 10 at night, but I don't get home till 11 o'clock. So they're gonna let me come in early, get off early, and then be able to make a test and tune Friday night. I was gonna try to go. They're having a bracket event on Saturday. I was gonna go try and make that also, but I forgot it's my nephew's birthday, so I don't think that's gonna work. But I will be going to, as far as everything, going to the test and tune Friday night. Now, back to the rocker arm situation. I had to get my wife to bring me a steel stamp roller tip that I put on there to get home that day. And then I ordered a single Scorpion to replace that one for now, until I can get me a whole set. It's just a Scorpion 1.6. It is so much beefier than this thing. Look at how much material is right there. There isn't nothing, man. I don't know. I did some research, and they said that, I think I already mentioned this in one of my clips. They said that the spring rate on these heads, hydraulic roller, is 420, and I think that's at like the max lift of 575. And according to the research I've done, these ProForm rockers are only good up to 400. So let's just say I'm only at 400 at 500 lift. Like I'm pushing it basically. So hopefully I don't break another one. I'm gonna take a couple extra steel stamp roller tips with me just in case it happens. I'll be able to get home and take a couple of push rods with me. I got a couple extra. They're about 15 thousandths longer than the ones that are in here, but at least it'll get me home. I'll be able to limp it home. I don't think I have any problems though. I'm surprised these things didn't break when I went to test and tune a couple weeks ago, but they didn't. And when it broke, I wasn't like into it or nothing. I wasn't hot dogging or anything. I was just cruising on the interstate. So, I don't know. We shall see. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.